All right. So, yeah, because we are missing folks, again, today's session will be slightly shorter and it might be less action oriented, and it actually might be more focused inwards on your characters, but well, we'll see where my imagination will take me and what ideas you might have. Just let me open the thingy. All right. So, as a quick reminder, last time we left our bunch of misfits. You have managed to defeat the Butcher, what turned out to be a vesselized half-orc butcher that worked in the Crossroads Inn, preparing meals, and was corrupted / turned twisted into this fiendish abomination that, as far as you are aware, was capturing and turning people into food. Also having some sort of malevolent fuck, I'm forgetting. I forgot how in English in D&D the mechanic is called. That they managed to affect the surrounding area.
Yeah, an aura
Yeah, aura
or
of
regional effect, like
yeah,
a layer
yeah,
effect.
regional effect. That's what I was missing. You became aware that it had a regional effect because you realized that staff members were not on it, and they reacted with horror and disgust when that wore off and they realized what they did, especially the tavern keeper, the innkeeper, I should say. However, with that threat being taken care of, you, as for now, because with every passing day you do not know how the situation in the rest of the world is going, this place has been as secured as it could be, and you were able to position yourselves in a secured, safe room, take watches, and basically rest for the regular 8 hours, I would say. Like through most of the day, that the days here they are still like very hot, but not to the point of scorching your skin. However, if you try to travel for too long, then obviously you risk getting levels of exhaustion. And you know that, or rather you strongly suspect that in case, assuming nothing ate them on the way, then your allies, so Sir with Hercules Gilbert and the caravan that you helped before, they will be joining. And who knows, you haven't seen them for quite a while, but you know that their duty was to patrol the entire road, so you hope that maybe sooner or later you will have a chance to meet with the Golden Lions once more. I do remember, yes, I do remember last time I did mention they will show up. However, before we jump to that, something else happens, or rather we jump somewhere else, not in terms of physical place, but mental place. As Fruit,
Oh,
when you sleep, when you dream, if you can describe to us, because obviously you had family, you have a loved one, did you have can you describe to us a place that best encompasses, that is the epitome of the relationship that you had, perhaps?
yeah, like a
home?
setting, like an area. Okay. It would probably be a warm summer's night on a patio, sitting on 2 rocking chairs facing each other, overlooking like a small yard with a garden well tended.
The house itself is like a typical one-family wooden home or something else.
It's like a one-floor house, very small, like almost like a small cottage, like very, very small. It has like an old cellar where they dry food and keep it stored for the winter. It's very much like a small homestead, kind of nestled into like a, I guess like into a mountainside, almost.
Vintage story.
Kind of like vintage story, yeah. But yeah, like very, like imagine, I don't know if you know, the Magus Bride anime. His little fucking cottage that's cute as hell. That's what I'm imagining in my brain, but even smaller. Like the
I
house
know
is
the
smaller.
name. I maybe even watched opening, but I did not watch the anime itself.
Well,
But
just imagine like
I
a
think,
small cottage.
yeah, I think I think I know what you are referencing. Very well. To some extent, you are aware that something's not right. You are alert because you realize that while you are sitting on one of those chairs, usually the second one would be occupied as well. But there's no one there. You do not hear any sounds coming from the house. And in a blink, when you look further away, it might not have been there in real life, but here in the dream. But you see, just a second, ownership, server. You see a fair distance away a forest that is mostly darkened, and yet it's the top, the leaves. Sorry, I know what I want to say, but I'm completely blanking on the words.
The canopy, like
The
top of the trees?
canopy, yes. Thank
Gotcha.
you.
I'm very good at mind reading when it comes to that.
You see, and canopy is that is very light, based on light colors, to the point that you almost can see as it goes up and up that it almost seems like a sea of stars. But your gaze is locked on the ground level, as between the trees a path is shown. But the path itself is not important, but a shadowed silhouette that stands there. Hold on. Oh yeah, show to everyone.
And they just stand there? They don't like do anything else?
Yes, they're actually not. Yes, they stand there, and you can give me with advantage sanity check.
Oh boy.
Sanity saving throw.
Oh boy. Sounds about right. I miss my Y.
Yes, I would say that I leave the details up to you. I trust how you roleplay that, but I would say that at this point, you do not have that certainty that, oh, I'm in a dream. That fades away, and you do not remember the talk you had with, or rather the warning that that cultist gave you.
Okay. She kind of gets consumed by like, well, if this, like, the idea of the dream fades, and she's like, what if that's really her, and I've like died in my sleep or something, you know? And she will begin to walk towards it.
As you are approaching, the silhouette first starts getting humanoid shapes, and then it starts gaining. You can pick up details that you very well know. That pinpoint the silhouette to be your wife. You do not exactly see the upper portion of the face seems to be covered by a cloak, but you see her lips, see her jaw, and the smile seems neutral but sad. However, as you're approaching even closer, you can give me a perception check.
Okay. It was nice knowing all of you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Gonna go be with my wife forever.
Yeah, with a 12, I cannot give much more details, but I will tell this: you have lived for too long to miss some obvious signs that something's not right, or rather there is something that I should keep my eye out. And as you're getting closer, you do realize that beneath the canopy, those shadows that you've watched from afar, that they didn't seem as thick and dense. But now, it seems like while the above is full of stars, then below is just pitch black darkness that's not reaching out to you, but it almost seems to form a wall, and just for a moment it gives you an impression that almost as if your wife had stepped from this wall of shadows. And my question is, would your wife called you Fruit, or did she had a special name for you or nickname?
I gotta fucking check my backstory. I think she did. Fruit backstory. She did not.
All right. Hello, Fruit. You hear her voice. And just the voice alone, it resonates within your soul. The memories that you have had together.
I think she'd at 15 to 20 feet away, a solid 15 feet away. She'd look to the shadows kind of warily, and she'd put out her hand and she'd say, "Why don't we go sit on the patio like old times?"
The smile grows sadder. I'm sorry, but those old times are quite far gone, aren't they? Aren't you tired? Didn't you do enough? For me and for others?
Gotta do something for myself real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. You see, she had a composure where she's if I'm dead. Because she can't tell if this is a dream anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm dead, then perhaps I can enjoy this one last thing. But her saying that, it's kind of the realization of I must not be dead yet, or I'm on the teetering edge of death. Like something is speaking to me, like kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel, which would be her voice. And it's kind of like this overwhelming weight on her. I think she'd like quickly wipe away some tears, and she'd be like, "It's about that time, huh?"
It's about that time for everyone, really. I was just taken from you a little bit earlier.
I think she would follow. I assume that she would lead me into the woods.
Not yet, she's just saying that. She's not reaching out her hand, she's not like doing any motions just yet.
Why now? What happened? Did I get killed in my sleep or something?
You have struck down a mighty foe when a place has enough. If the place is being corrupted for long enough, then some lingering effects remain, I'm afraid.
Can I insight that? To be like,
What?
my wife wouldn't fucking know that.
Yeah, sure. In that case, yeah, absolutely, go for it.
I know my wife. That's not my wife.
Hey,
Ezra.
whatever is this, it's not your wife. It's not her soul. What is Fruit's reaction?
I think she'd noticed that, and that sort of like confliction of like emotions and like that heaviness. You see her like set her shoulders again, and she just looks at this thing that is not her wife, and she will just say, "You have no right to impersonate the dead. Leave me now."
Oh, how quaint. That one mortal is telling me that we have no right. Everything belongs to us. In death, you will not be free. And just before you find enough willpower in yourself to snap awake from this dream, your mind, cursing it for its like perceptiveness, as I remember that Fruit has like pretty high passive perception, right?
Yes, 19.
Yes.
No, it's 20, sorry.
Yes, you managed to spot that the stars, this is not the light, hopeful universe. The light of the stars turns hollow, too bright, hurting your mind itself. The stars look weird, alien, not right. In the last possible moment, you realize that in these walls of shadows, they are not empty. The darkness has many teeth. And I will say, with that, because you got that natural 20 and you had it giving you, like, snapping your mind, like giving a good shake to your mind, I would say I would need one last sanity saving throw. Because you got that nat 20 on insight, I will again give you advantage.
Thank you. That's 12.
Alright. As you snap awake, you realize you feel just a small tinge, pink of pain, and it's up to you if you either just bit your lip so hard you drew blood, or if you like bit your nails into your hand just also enough to draw
Yeah, I
blood.
think it's that. More like because she has claws like on her hands from being a weird mutant thing. So she would definitely like have digged them into her palm, bleeding, and like woke up with tears.
Yep. Hanami.
Hey.
I do recall that from the three of you present here, only Beatrix doesn't sleep because of the... doesn't dream because of the...
Yeah, I don't drink.
Yeah.
The Kalash
Correct.
or
I
bracing.
sleep.
Yes. Hanami, if we were to describe and see the place that Hanami considered safe, her sanctuary, in the past, not like in the recent days, but in the past, what would we see?
Okay, hold on. I'm thinking about this. It'd probably just be a wagon being pulled by some random beast of burden, and it would become what is the equivalence of her like little model mobile like shop. She just stands on the road most of the time, makes a shop, camps, and then travels like stays there for 2 or 3 days, travels like 2 days later, and then does the same thing over and over again. He's probably done this for literally thousands of years. That's the equivalence of her sanctuary, where it's just like her in her little cart. Or I guess would sanctuary be where her perfect home would be, or like something she would want, or is it the place that she's most accustomed to?
I will leave that to you to decide. What
Well,
actually was like most familiar to Hanami?
Oh, okay. It'd be the cart. It'd be the cart with
Mhm.
the animal and everything. Yeah.
All right. It's a interesting answer because I thought that Hanami would be like a typical creature of the forest that had like a grove sanctuary inside the trees. But I mean, I dig the card
like this.
answer.
A mortal shopkeep.
Welcome.
So some historian comes across your cart and is like, "What the fuck? This is like 500 years old." And you're like, "Yeah." Smile.
I had to replace the old one.
So we find Hanami driving cart again. It's gotten quite dark. Hanami is driving through the middle of the forest. There's beaten dirt path going ahead and ahead. And at one point, suddenly almost, next to the road, there is a cloaked humanoid figure with gloved hands, cloak up, so you cannot see their face. And they are like basically giving like fantasy version of like a thumbs, like putting up a hand or giving like a thumbs.
hitchhiker?
Yeah, hitchhiker, yeah.
Oh god, no. Donovan's keep probably right. Hold on. I'm gonna flip a coin. Or I'll just make a wisdom save. If it's higher than 10, she'll pick him up. Otherwise, she's just gonna they're gonna keep on riding. Okay, they stop for a second. Hey there, partner. Need help? As I stare at the figure.
I love the idea of a little Hanami god. I hate their partner. So good.
Alright, would be nice.
Huh. We'll sit on up here. Puts as far as their hand can go on the other side of the part of the cart and just taps on it. So, like, yeah, you can sit right there.
Yes. Then there's like a small, not really a glitch, but you know that in a dreams you do not sometimes have smooth progression, but it's like a cut and there's like a, it seems like a moment passed. So wherever Hanami showed that figure to sit, now we see that the clothed figure sits right next. No, not right next physically, but you know you have the fuck. How do you say that in English? Like when the like main driver of the cart like goes right visible and sits, and there's like a passenger seat like
Shotgun.
yes, shotgun seat essentially.
Yeah, well, that's yeah, gotcha.
I think right next. Actually, before I continue, because I don't think it ever came up. If it did, I apologize for not remembering. Considering Hanami's like age, how old they are, what would Hanami's like relation with death as a concept would be? Like, is
Gonna happen.
is it even a thing that like occurs to Hanami or?
Yeah, no, they know it's gonna happen. It's just like they don't have to worry about it for like a good 1,536 years, technically speaking. But as far as what they've known everyone to die around them, so they've kind of dealt with grieving and the entire process in itself, and so they understand death. They're just like, I don't really have to worry about it. It's gonna be a while.
I'll get there one day.
Just gonna get sad along the way because of everyone that I cared about.
Yay, trauma.
Yeah, trauma.
Oh, she's beside the passenger. She's just gonna head on out, continue the cart, and look on briefly over like, so what you doing on the road here in the middle of the night, all times?
There's a moment of silence as you ride the road, always going straight ahead. Not really ending. At least not for
After all.
now. And
Okay.
and the response is, little Hanami, it's been quite a long road you've been on, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, weird, you know my name. Gonna grab this for a second, and they just grab their broom, just like close to him. Just...
Am I getting robbed?
Assassin.
I know the names of everyone that passes through my halls. Small trivia, if that character, if their dialogue was written, the font would be quite a spoiler. That's a Discord reference.
Oh, how you're talking about? We're on a road, clear plains. We're in plains or a desert, right?
Actually, you are. Now that you think about it, maybe you're in a desert. Maybe enough. Maybe like. Maybe sometimes it's a finicky thing, but currently you're in a. Actually, yeah, I did describe at the start that I said like forest, but when Hanami starts thinking about it, yeah, you're in a desert.
Hey, we're in a plain desert. Plain as anyone can see. Can I make a nature check about that? What's the deal?
That would not be nature. That would be either Perception check or skill check or sanity saving throw.
That's not really much of a difference. Okay, cool.
Oh,
What's the deal?
we're perceiving.
It changed when you thought about it. What would you say? Like, would Hanami in their very long life, would they even have like memory or like remembering that they sometimes got like weird dreams that they seem to be like semi-conscious but not really? I forgetting how do you call them in English, like not conscious, lucid dreaming. Yes.
Yeah.
I'd assume so. I mean, they don't do anything. Like they're pretty much the equivalents of straight edge. I would assume
They're
yeah,
just a little guy.
just a little small little person.
Creature?
They're human.
Sure.
Oh, okay, that's insulting. They're like a gnome, but got hard
But
skin.
human is not plant.
They're not a plant though. They don't have plant rules.
Okay.
Like, okay, let me be frank. Let me look at my racial traits. I am small. I have the ability to cast a spell. I can hop on terrain that isn't dangerous, and I have hard skin that's kind of like bark. So
That is
I don't know. I'm
so-
just saying. I
just so
kind of
cryptid.
like. I'm like a chameleon, or what is it? I'm pseudo-budo.
Pseudo-wood.
All right, I remember us talking about Pseudo-Wudo.
Pseudo-wood. Hell yeah.
I'm not a trooper, but I mean I could have made that ability because you guys were talking about it, but it would have sucked because there's probably a lot of stuff that does fire damage.
Yeah.
Hello.
A little bit.
Apologies.
The most common name.
So
I control. Oh,
yes,
sorry,
you're starting to think that this is not reality. You are probably dreaming because last you remember you were getting ready to rest in that Crossroads Inn.
Oh, we just met and probably know the area and everything. How about you tell me about the good old town past the burned farmlands? Kind of forget the name of it. Can I do a persuasion check?
No,
It's this guy to tell. Oh,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
damn it.
This is not the type of the social encounter. And you say that we just met, and the being says, because now that you blink and realize they are no longer, their hands are no longer covered with gloves, and you do not see any flesh, you do not see any skin. It's only bones. And as the being slightly tilts, shifts to the side so its cloak is facing slightly more towards you, still sitting almost frozen in this point in time in that shotgun seat. You do not see the skeletal face, but what you see is where the eyes should be. There are two small ember-like points of not orange, not red, but pale blue fire. And the being says, that would not be quite right. You can say I've known you all your life, just like everyone else.
Sounds kind of boring. I mean, there's better things out there in the world. You should, I don't know, find a hobby. Like
Touch grass.
whittling.
Touch grass.
fun. I could teach you something. I made these shoes myself. And then they point to their what is it? Little. Basically, I have little.
clogs?
Yeah, but they're like Japanese clogs where they're like the
Oh,
two
okay,
little
gotcha.
things.
The little,
But
yeah, sandals.
yeah, but they also
Yay.
carve the Dutch clogs too because they assume more people like those, but they don't. They don't make them feel as tall, so it's important.
They got little fucking high heels.
The being doesn't respond. However, you get a vague sense that there's like an aura of amusement emanating from it for a moment. However, it doesn't respond. It doesn't rise up to your banter. And then it says, "You had a good long life, but every road ends someday. And because of what is happening, sadly that end will be coming sooner than you would have expected." And almost not by your will, you see change of color by the edge of your vision. You look behind, you see a wall of green mist that suddenly wasn't there before, that is rapidly gaining on you, right behind you. Slightly to the other side, you see a wall of silver flame that seems to be burning to cinders everything it touches. And then from the opposite flank, there's only darkness. The purest oblivion that decimates existence bit by bit, atom by atom. Actually, no, that scientific word wouldn't work, but bit by bit, scrap by scrap. And for the last bit, in this case, please give me a sanity saving throw. The DC will be quite low.
See if it bend, if it's probably on the +1. I don't know if it's going to. Oh, that's pretty good. It does.
Alright.
Cool.
And then you almost force yourself to look up front, idly noting that the passenger disappears between one moment and the other. And up ahead, far, far ahead, it almost feels like there's another light. Small, shaky, but it is. And it's a light of hope. And with that, the white fills your vision, and you wake up from your dream.
Oh. Hold on a second. I'll take it. Autumn just shakes their head, just kind of heads back to sleep. And they just kind of mumble something to themselves before they pass out again, I guess. Wait, is Third awake at this point?
Oh yeah. I assume we wake up near the same time. I don't know, actually.
It is yeah, we can go with that. I do not see any problem with it.
Third would probably if you hear it, she would wake up almost like from like a night terror, like a intake of breath. You can see her like looking at her hands after a bit, and just sort of staring at them and watching like the blood. And after a moment, she like gets herself like a hold of herself, pours water on it, and then will bandage both her hands, and just sort of get up and start patrolling. If you don't have anything else to do, I don't know if you want to say anything. Blech. But she's pretty much like in another world. Whenever you look at her, like she looks like she's a walking daydream or a ghost.
Okay, Thrune.
You almost like see her jump, and she looks at you, and she says, I don't think I am.
You want a snack? And she holds out
I
a ration
do want a
towards
snack, she says, and she'll gladly take the ration, and you'll see her like sort of eat. And she'll say, I'm gonna go for a small walk, just kind of patrolling around, not going too far. I don't think I can go
Okay.
back to sleep.
I'll just... Hi, Beatrix. How are you?
I wanted to like go for Beatrix because, well, Beatrix doesn't dream. I guess, I mean, unless you do not want to go into out of that direction, but when there's nothing really to do and most of your friends are sleeping off the tiredness.
Oh,
Huh?
she does sleep. She doesn't
I
dream.
do sleep, I just don't dream.
Yeah.
Ah.
She's basically, her brain is cut off
Okay.
from dreaming. She can't dream.
I'm banned from the dreaming servers.
Banned from Dream Realm. Not allowed on the Christian Minecraft server. Yeah. It's an
Okay.
interesting thing.
So
Sorry, keep
slightly
speaking.
differently. Because I imagine, like maybe at some point where Beatrix doesn't sleep and it might be doing a watch just in case, and because you never know if there's any danger looking around. In those times of peace, as rare as they are, when there are no other friends or allies to talk to, there's no task to be done, no enemy to be defeated on your path. Where does Beatrix's mind wander?
I think for Beatrix will be her memories of working like on the farm with her parents, just like calmly taking care of the animals and just dealing with whatever is going on during those times. Like the goat escape when she has to go find the goat or things like that. Kind of like her happy place, just like better times.
Your parents, their farm, they didn't only have bees, it was like a full proper place with a lot of different animals, right?
Yeah, it was pretty much like an animal sanctuary kind of place.
Alright. Thinking about that work, you look back at the beehive that you are pretty much carrying with you.
Yeah.
The only thing that you managed to save from what was once your home. And you think it actually, that's the question. When Beatrix returned, realized that when the disaster started happening more often and found the farm in the state that she found it and the bees were the only thing to be saved, did she found the remains of her parents? Or does she still have hope that perhaps they managed to escape in time and they are still out there somewhere?
I feel like Beatrix's parents will try to save the animals. So if Beatrix did not find the remains, it would have been very weird. So I will say that she will like definitely have seen the remains of her parents like trying to save animals, and they died in the process of trying to.
It stings, that memory. Kind of similar to a sting of a bee for those who are not accustomed to these fluffy creatures. But you are used to it. At this point in time, the bees are your friends. You might almost say. Actually, would Patricks have that feel that they are their companions, tools, friends, the only memory of the place she lived, or is there something else?
Say that again, sorry.
Okay. So would Beatrix, like, would she look at the beehive as like the bees as like her friends, just tools, a memory of the farm she lived in, or
She definitely will be like friends because she can talk to them. So she will try. Well, I don't know if I can talk to them exactly, but she will definitely see them as like friends. And in a lower sense of memory, but mostly just like friends, like companions.
yeah, if the swarm talks to you, I'm gonna say, like, for simplicity's sake, that basically whatever is said to you as a swarm, like your brain can like translate that to like actual words for roleplay purposes. And I would wonder if do you have an idea how that swarm would sound for Beatrix, or is it something you want me to come up with an idea?
In my head, it was mostly that I just hear all of them at once because I have mine, obviously. But I don't know. I did not plan anything else. I just planned that I just hear them all at once.
Okay. Queen is sad. Queen sad. Let's hug the queen. And like a couple of several dozen bumblebees fly out and make a sort of like a necklace, trying to give you like a hug around your neck. Their warm, fuzzy forms snuggling to your skin.
What if they start doing a little dance? They're trying to warm me up to do a little dance. Because bees dance to speak to each other. Be cute.
Yeah, that might work as well. I imagine they probably like did that in the past.
All right. I think at that point I would just be like trying to feed them, give them like a little piece of rations. Like I have food here, food and water, because literally everything is dead. Now I'm sad.
Is Queen sad? We can maybe in the future we can Queen can get more bees, more hives, so we can hack Queen better.
Maybe. I mean, I haven't seen other bees at all. So, as far as we know, we're the only bees.
To be fair, the climate that you are walking through doesn't really
Support the
support the environment needed for farming. Not farming
global
bees, for
warming.
fuck's sake. Like, growing bees?
Agriculture.
Sorry, yeah, agriculture. Sorry, my vocabulary today is fucked.
I feel that.
Yeah. They try to do their best. Like, keep you happy. Do a small dance here and there.
Yeah, beans.
And generally just
Beans.
hanging around you. And one last thing, when you like, the others are resting, sleeping off the danger, the fight, and you are with your own thoughts and your peace. As you look at the others, by this point in time, after like several more days of journey and after a few more life and death situations, what would Beatrix think about her companions? If anything specific.
I think as Beatrix just like looks at people dreaming, she's kind of jealous in a way because obviously she's never dreamed, so she doesn't know what it feels like. But at the same time, I do know that people have been suffering from their dreams recently, so she will be thinking that her companions have saved her life many times now. From all the times that I fucking died on my own hands from my magical powers.
To be fair, I
And
think you dropping to 0 hit points happened exactly once in this campaign.
yeah, but I remember that I got in some other mischief from it. Like not even like terrifying things, it's just like mischief. And then that
probably.
one time that I just got instantly down. And I think Beatrix will kind of think of them as, I guess, starting to be part of the hive of like the people that go alongside her. So
I'm gonna get a small star, like made of like aluminum foil, crumpled up, and it's just gonna say honorary bee.
Anya, you're a bee. Yeah, you are a drone bee now. You're a soldier bee.
Bee elder.
Actually, what is... Actually, I'm gonna check that. I started wondering what is Beatrix's passive perception. 14. You know what? You can roll me a perception.
Very well. Perception. Oh.
Alright. So yeah, with a 23, I'm gonna say that you can absolutely be a witness and like... So heard the exchange between Fruit and Hanami, and probably just before they woke up, especially in Fruit's case, you might have like seen like, you know, some shaky body movement, like basically the telltale signs that someone is not having a good time in their dream.
Hmm.
And yeah, all
I feel
three
like
of you.
Beatrix will kind of just
Yeah.
have their eyes. Sorry.
Yeah, all three of you are like awake, active. If you wanted to like, yeah, basically like continue the scene between Hanami or Beatrix, or just three of you.
I feel like after they talk, Beatrix will say, "So not a good night again."
Thur just looks at her, and you like see she just recently bandaged the palms of her hands, and she has like her eyes are like kind of watery from her wiping away tears. She'll say, No, not a good night at all, I'm afraid.
Okay, I have a plan. And I don't say that in character. I am
Oh.
going to grab the beehive and like slowly point it towards Beatrix, and a couple bees are going to fly and just make like a little bee crown. Like not like a flower crown, but like a bee crown on your head.
Are these like bumblebees? Like really
Yes.
fat fucking bumblebees?
Yeah.
Good. She'll kind
That's
of
nasty
like
little creatures.
look up so to see them. And you'll see like a smile on her face of like someone who's trying to be like positive, but like mentally they're going through it.
Yeah.
And she'll like attempt to gently pet a bee, but also doesn't know how to pet bees, so she's kind of like, how do I pet the bee?
Just little belly rub. Well, not belly rub, like abdomen
Like a
rub.
back rub. Yeah. And once she doesn't want to like move because she doesn't want them to like, she don't want to spook them.
Yeah, I
She's
can control
like-
them at will, so
Yes, but she
you're
doesn't
fine.
know that very well.
Yes.
She's also like, these are bees. If I spook them, they might just like be like, ah.
No, they will never sting you. They will never sting anyone. I don't want to get sting. I don't want. I don't know how to say it in English.
She'll gently pet them, and then she'll like, sort of like pick them up from her head and like hold them in her hand. And then gently like hold them out to you, and just saying, I wonder every day how such small little things have survived for so long.
Well, magic?
Hmm.
Probably.
I think
Well,
it's because
no.
they have someone that loves them. And she's gonna gently put the bee back near the hive. And she's gonna say, I'm gonna go for a walk for a bit.
Beatrix is just like, what do I answer? She's just silent now. She doesn't know what to answer. We're all going through things today.
Yeah. I should really draw through to my wife. I should get around to that.
Wait, what the fuck is?
Probably good thing you got that not 20 in mind, because
Yeah.
that dream was gonna end, but I had like a more fucked up scene in my head.
To be fair, Thrud is kind of going through a lot. And there are a lot of times where the past kind of catches up to her, and she's like, suddenly realizes that she's been alone. In the sense of like, she doesn't like, Azra was more than just a person. She was like her home. Like wherever they went, she felt like she belonged because she was there with her. So suddenly having that like void of like knowing you will never get your home back. It's kind of like a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, I believe also like there was like a moment when I cut short, sorry, that Hanami like looked at Beatrix and like started conversation there. Not sure if you want to follow up on that or just like general
No,
chit-chat.
no. This is general chit chat.
All right. So after the not so pleasant dreams and thoughts, you would find out that indeed the friendly caravan led by Sir Gilbert has managed to arrive at Crossroads Inn with all the members accounted for. Yeah, they do not seek you out specifically. They seem to be at this point in time just focused on settling down, preparing themselves for a future journey, and just like, you know, preparing to get like a rest, because while you did suffer some on the journey, you still are like adventurers, so like your level of endurance is slightly higher than of a standard person. However, Yeah, Sir Gilbert would actually, if he would catch sight of you, I'm not sure if he would, but considering he would like assume you were coming here as well, he would still try to look for you. We don't have to make like a specific scene out of this if you don't want to, but basically to make sense in character, he would be like trying to make basically ascertain what are your plans, where you'll be going from here. I take it you would reveal that you're going to Port Goldenleaf, or for whatever reason you are keeping it a secret.
I don't think we have a reason to keep it a secret.
I was looking up the name, honestly. So
Yeah, as a
think they'd
reminder,
be like,
Gilbert
we're going
is the the one of the like probably the sole remaining knight and like combatant with experience that you've met a while back and accepted their plea of help. And for example, this is why you are fighting a rock, because you were going hunting for these guys, and sadly you rolled a rock encounter.
Yeah. I think we would just tell them, like, yeah, we're going here. Sorry if our paths split. Hopefully we'll see you again. Hope you farewell.
Yeah, they do not seem like so sure they would be going in the same direction. For many reasons, like they are not trusting that there are any boats left, or that the sea travel is not viable enough, and they'd definitely be like staying here for like another like half a day, like, you know, per se 8 hours of rest, and then like seriously considering where they would go. And I think that unless you would be trying to seriously consider Galmor otherwise, I know you've basically talked about it last session, and you're like, hey, if you need anything on your journey, like, feel free to ask. But yeah, with your like insights and whatnot, you would be like able to see that because Galmor would also like remember this group, and seeing that they come here, he'll be like listening in, interested in knowing like where they would be going. And unless you would attempt to convince him otherwise, assuming they go different path, like continue down the Golden Trail instead of going to Goldenleaf first, it's more than likely then Galmor the Galmor the Fire Dwarf, soon to be Fire Elemental, will be going with them.
Godspeed.
well, I got
Godspeed, little soldier. You better learn how
Good
to defend
traveling
yourself.
with you. I hope you stay safe and that your family is okay when you get there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's, well, the Stilgerbers will be willing to check. It might be quite dangerous beating off the veering off from the beaten path, but we'll see. But speaking of, if you're not planning on going immediately, I've seen how you fight a little bit, but even though I have these abilities, you know, I wouldn't mind if I can ask for like one last assistance. I don't need money or rations, but if all of you seem like more or less you can handle yourselves in combat, if you can give me like some basic rules how to stay alive and not end up dead.
Big smile on Thrude's face. And she's like, here, I'll show you how I taught the boy. And she'll gesture to Gerard.
The boy.
Cute training montage.
Cute training montage with bow staff. I will give him. What weapons does he have? He has like a hammer, right?
He has. Yes, a warhammer to be more specific.
Okay. I will give him my 2 hand axes for him to use because when you get throwing option, you get the dual wield. It's all good, and I'll show him like basic combat tactics and whatnot.
Huh. Let's see. And you see that he furrows his brows, like holding the throwing axes, and suddenly they burst in flames.
Oh.
Seems like it works.
She's like, yeah. We just need to. She'll like take them afterwards. She'll like take them and she'll wrap the hilts in leather to keep them from combusting.
Actually, they did not. They are not. Like now that after he gives back your weapons, they are not damaged. The weapon is not damaged. It's not singed.
Interesting.
It was on fire, but it's not burned. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. She'll say, well, I was expecting it to be half burnt and scorched. I guess I don't have to worry about that. And she'll give it back. I have anything else I can give him that would be good?
I appreciate your help, lass.
Of course.
Oh no,
she'll...
maybe. Yeah, go ahead.
She'll ask. You can wait. No, you can see in the dark for sure. You're a dwarf. She's like going through her backpack, like, what the fuck do I have? She will give him one of her potions of healing as well because she likes him. He said.
Yay.
Okay.
And she'll say, "Use this in case of emergencies. It should give you a little bit of pep in your step, keep you alive out there."
Your step. What
I mean,
is that phrase?
she's old. Okay, she got old idioms in her brain.
I mean, it's so old I haven't even heard it in real life. What is that
Yeah, it's an
phrase?
American thing. Like pep in your step
Bro.
is like a quickness, like an excitement in your movement. Like if someone has like news, right? Like happy news, they get a pep in their step.
Fast.
Yeah, they're moving quickly and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm
fucking
happy."
hilarious.
Yeah, that's the term. So yeah, Through is invested, and hopefully he doesn't die. And she's also enjoying the distraction of training somebody. She doesn't have to think about her trauma. Thinking about her trauma.
Thank you, lass. That will be greatly appreciated. As apologies, I cannot hold an accent for shit, especially if just in general. I will try, but yeah. Right, and I would say, yeah, with some like idle preparation, a little while later, before you had a chance to fully pack up and continue your journey to Golden Leaf, you would see in a distance, or maybe like first hear like several pairs, not pairs, but multiple heavy hoofs beating on the sandy / cobblestone path, and then you would see a group of riders approaching Crossroads Inn, all plated in armor of gold, red, and blue, but not so shiny anymore.
The Chads.
Dirt,
They've
some,
arrived.
some dried off blood on their armor, and you do recognize Guernier leading the group. Still standing, not standing, but still sitting straight, with shoulders squared on the saddleback, on the saddle, but you do remember how many of them you saw last time, and you see that several riders are missing. You
I
see that
think-
compared to initial, you see like quarter of the group
Oh,
probably died or something else happened to them.
I think initially she'd look excited because she's like, "Oh, I know these people and they're chill." But seeing how decimated they would be, I think she would just sort of like meet the eyes of Guinevere and sort of like just hold up like a fist in solidarity of like,
He gives like a small nod and raises. He would be like holding a banner with a flag waving of the golden lion's emblem, and he will basically give like a small nudge to the rest of the group, and they will be pass him by and basically start setting up a crossroads in complex and taking a moment's respite while Gurniel will ride up to you, actually to the group, in case like Beatrix, Hanami, if you want to be in like a scene around, you can be as well.
"Hey, so I'll talk to a cool guy."
Although apart from Fruit, I'm not sure if others introduced themselves to Gurnier. Did they?
I don't know if anyone personally did.
Not personally.
I'm pretty sure everyone else was like, "Oh, she knows them. She talked to them."
Yeah. GP.
JP's dead. Rest in peace.
I am dead. I'm sorry. What happened?
Okay, do you think you would have personally introduced yourself to the leader of the Golden Lions those nights we first met?
I don't remember how it went
them,
last time.
and I remember talking to them, but I didn't introduce myself exactly. It was just like they probably saw I was traveling with you.
Hmm.
I don't remember either.
Alright. Yeah, so we're gonna play it off that. And then he says, Miss Fruit, your friends, I'm glad to see you're still amongst the living.
As I view. I'm sorry for your loss.
There is a moment that he tilts his head, like even through, like, oh no, he would have like opened the visor so you can like see his face, and you see like he tries to control himself and like present this facade of like stoic professional warrior all the time, but he cannot hold back a grimace and like stink of pain flashing through his eyes when you say that. There's a moment of silence, and then he says, no one's calling it that way, but it is war. And lives are lost in a war.
You survive is to war. Especially in a place like this.
Our duty continues. Those who have fallen, their duty has ended.
May they rest.
And we can only honor them by making their sacrifices worthy. And you say, like, speaking of the dead and whatnot, Ruth, you cannot help but having that flashback to that dream and this creature mentioning something about, like, oh, you think you're gonna be free after death?
Yeah. She definitely has like a similar grimace to him after a moment. Just kind of like, yeah, shit's fucked, dude. Everything's fucked. We're sad. And she'll say,
This is not the language I would have used myself, but it is appropriate. I would say if you had any unfinished business left for whatever reason, back at camp halfway, although I doubt it considering what was going on in that place. Or earlier than that, the Pioneer's Gate still holds, but it's going to be a matter of days and not weeks before the rest of the Royal Army is overwhelmed. Some of the things we've seen, some of the, I take it, magic in all its untamed glory, I have trouble describing despite the fact that I saw them myself.
Gerd will nod and she'll say, we've seen some things that are beyond comprehension as well. I suppose all we can do is continue to live in spite of everything as best we can.
Give me a, if you don't, like, you can make a diplomacy persuasion. If you don't have it, you can make a charisma check. And because you have shared background, you can make this with advantage.
Hell yeah, I got a -1. Here we go, bitch. Hey, not bad, actually.
Alright, you've never been a talking person, apart from like few examples. I imagine like Fruit will be that kind of person that apart from few examples, most of, primarily her wife, she's not someone that will open up
No.
easily or talk a lot with someone.
She wears a cloak of Elvenkind for a reason. It's for people to not talk to her.
Yes, but, and you know that your words are rusty, you are not great orator, speaker, but because you had shared experiences, because you have similar life experiences, you know what to say and your words do not sound fake. And Grimace is wiped from his face. There's like another look of seriousness. And he says, yes, to do so otherwise would be spitting on the memory of those who have fallen, making sure the others continue to live. I do not know myself if the rumors are true or not, but if they are true, then, and he pauses and even allows himself a small chuckle. I was never much a religious person. Normally I would say that gods be my witness, but... And then he like, just for a moment glances at the dark, cloudy, ashen sky and says, but something deep within me tells me that gods do not have time to look down on us. At least those that we would worship.
I think they are trying to survive just like us.
I will admit, this is not a concept I'd like to dwell much on. I face enough horrors as it is. But as you,
He just
my
nods.
fellow survivors, you, fellow warrior, my witness, I will do everything in my power to make sure that at least one innocent soul will reach safety.
Then it is worth it. I believe you've already succeeded. She'll just like look around at the inn. People who've traveled through here from Pioneer's Gate.
A partial success. This place is notable and known to us, but it will not withstand. I am certain that this is not a place that the rumors were speaking. Farther to the west, we'll have to go. And hopefully some sort of sign or knowledge will be known to us. I have yet to determine my next course of action, but I believe that...
Am I lagging or is Shadow lagging?
Eh?
You're lagging.
I'm lagging. I'm fucking crazy.
Do I need to repeat something?
I mean, I don't hear anything. I just hear beep, boop, beep, 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 beep.
Well,
I just hear you cutting out.
unfortunate. No, his internet's dying. He can't hear you. We can just give a recap after this if possible.
okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There I go.
Yeah, I'm coming in and out.
What a reaction. Yeah, my connection is
Wait,
less than 100 ms.
Somehow am I also cutting out for you, or...
There was a brief bit there, but I don't think it's that bad anymore.
You
What's your
hear
ping
me?
in Discord?
Mine is like 100. It's fine.
Mine is 140.
Yeah, mine shows 50 all the time, but that's, well, probably because I first joined the
I mean,
server
the
and
server
like
is
European.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
connecting to you.
Yeah.
Which makes more sense why mine's 176, because I'm on the West Coast.
To be fair, the alternative, the other issue is that like if one of you joins first and then I join next, then sometimes most of the times it works, but then the other times I'm like having like 200 ping or 250.
Yeah, it's either you or Callie would probably have to start first. More likely you, though.
Are you? Am I still coming out for you, JP, or
No,
is it
you're
better?
great. Sorry, never mind.
I think everything's fine now.
Okay.
You've stabilized. What did you last hear?
Last thing I heard. What was the last thing I heard? Last thing I comprehended was the talk about, the loss and the captain trying to be, not break down and shit. Which was a bit ago, and then it started to glitch, and I was trying to fix it. That's what I remember. I am not medicated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
I love that preface. I am not
I have
medicated.
to say it. I don't have my medicine today.
TLDR.
It's fine.
he's-
Don't
yeah,
stress about it.
he's like fucking shit's fucked. I hope I get to see you again, and we're both alive. And I hope that I can save at least one person. And then we were talking about, like, I looked around at the end and I was like, oh well, you've already saved people. Like, look at these people here. And he was like, this place will not hold. Was basically where it stopped.
Yes, it's like a first step.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started saying that it is highly likely that our journey will take us along the Golden Trail to patrol that route. So perhaps we'll be able to meet each other once again.
If not, if we die before we meet again, I hope we both die fighting. She'll take like a swig of her water skin because she doesn't have. Wait, no, I have wine. I take a swig of my wine.
Yeah, you've looted quite a lot of wine.
Oh yeah, we do have a lot of that.
I take a swig of my wine. I offer him another bottle as well.
There's a moment of hesitation, and then he takes it.
And then she'll pour some out for those that they've lost. And then she'll cork it again and put it in her bag.
For a worthy duty. For a worthy end.
Well,
Right.
now that all the more sad speak has been spoken, I suppose we should rest. Or at least you should. We'll be heading out soon.
Of course, that's what we're planning to do. I wish you good luck on the next leg of your journey.
I will warn you. We saw one, I believe we only saw one, silver knight, a knight in full silver armor, skulking around the place, somehow able to move extremely stealthily in full armor. It was very weird. And we believe him to be part of a group called the Silver Citadel, and they have been known to
Order
kill
of
a
the
lot of people.
Order of the Silver Flame, to be more specific. You would know that.
Okay, then she'll say that. And she'll say we've seen places where they've killed people, so.
Damn. We are aware. But in a basically, like, if we can walk and talk. He will like basically get his like horse to mount to rest, like basically take a moment to like clean off the armor and whatnot. In the meantime, he would basically relay that they did have some encounters, and it basically played out that they arrived after the purge was done. But because of the knightly like honor, they were like not a knightly honor, but due to the rules they abide by, they didn't want to be the first one to start throwing hands and like attacking. But the Silver Knights, after they did their duty, they were like, okay, we done, and just left without attacking them. So Guernier is aware what they are doing, but unless he's there to stop it from happening,
Yeah.
that's
She's just basically telling him, like, they seem to be scouting this place out, and they might try and hit this place. You know, like, they might have been sending a scouting party to check the scene, and then sending an actual retinue of people.
I see. Thank you. If they will try that, we'll be ready. And if for once they will try to be foolish and push the issue, I will gladly repay them for all the lives they have taken unjustifiably.
She'll nod. Well, hopefully my suspicions are just suspicions, and your rest goes unbothered.
We will set up watches nonetheless.
Indeed. You should take like one last long look at like him and like the group that like his group, and she'll say, until next time.
Until.
Whatever that may be.
And he will leave them to their own devices. Fuck's sake. No, you should have. Then you will start traveling, unless there's anything else you would have wanted to do.
Looks at group.
I don't think so. I'm just a little tired.
Yeah, we're gonna be stopping soon. Yeah, as I said, I planned on this being like a shorter session. Well, because people are like more or less tired. Because I didn't have like
lack of medicine makes head hurt.
yeah, and because we are like missing 2 party members. So as we are continuing your journey, you're gonna have a similar thing, but now you do not have to worry about trying to grab attention away from the from Gilbert and his caravan. So as you are going along the road, one of you have like 2 roles to make as a party. One is survival role, the other one is a stealth check.
Have you gotten a better stealth check at all, Callie, for Thrud?
I have +5 and advantage.
So determine who has the best one, and you can basically say that the one person main rolls, and you get like the advantage from assistance from the other party member.
Is
A +7.
you have a +7 in stealth?
Yeah.
Okay. then
Okay,
you do
monster in
advantage.
survival is +8.
All right.
Okay.
We got monster and we got enemy. Okay. I choose you.
Guide us. Use nature power. We just rolled for monster and advantage.
Alright, so I roll monster in advantage, and
Ooh,
yes,
nice.
someone else
That's good.
can do
And then we
the
need stealth advantage.
stealth advantage.
Okay. I'll do that real quick. Yeah.
Alright. Let's see. Actually, that's good. So I'm gonna roll twice and... Let's see. Random encounters.
What number looks cooler, guys? 71 or 12?
I would say... I mean, ultimately it's your choice, but I think... Hold on, what are the bullets? Perception... Yeah, because
Just
one
be
is
like a
because
skeleton.
one is meeting with. Oh wait, they have fucking Tremorsons. But on the other hand, still passive perception. Like you beat the passive perception. But yeah, one is like meeting with land sharks. However, the other one is what I will only describe as very peculiar merchant.
Funny merchant. I don't know.
On immersion time.
Ass salesman.
Yes. And basically, I'm not giving the description just yet, but one of the inspiration is what you buying, what you selling.
What are you buying? What are you selling? Very good.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4, but also not sure if any one of you played Darksiders. There's a specific type of merchant there.
course.
Although I'm not,
I love
I didn't play the
Darksiders.
first one. I played the second one, and the second one is like
Same.
specific. Oh, okay.
I only played the second one.
Oh.
But also like
Question.
Resident Evil
sorry.
merchant.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the sale price of an item that doesn't technically exist because it is inquantifiable by price or value? Okay, so no joke. One of the patches on my robe of useful items is a pit. Can I sell a pit to someone? It's a
Portable
cube
pit?
that's 10 feet on the side. Yeah, you could just place it. What's the value of a pit?
Probably a lot to a hunter's guild. Free
Yeah,
trap.
we'll see. You will see because yeah, his gimmick is that he primarily likes to deal with non-monetary value stuff.
Oh, wait, that might not be the same.
Although maybe if like go for like really those who like really want coin, but yeah, he likes to prefer other things. But yeah, as you are traveling, you're making like a very good progress. Moserin, like both the environment, the weather works for you. That portion of the path seems to be like relatively well kept despite everything. So you have no issues traveling forth, avoiding any dangers, and quite a fair bit away, you will notice after like several, I would say 4 hours of journeying, you'll notice a single humanoid that's completely covered in clothes. You do not, apart from the fact that it's a humanoid, from a distance you cannot tell anything else. But also the fact that their clothes seem opulent and quite nice looking. They seem to be alone, and they have. You do not see any carts. You do not see any beast of burden, any animals that would have like moved all of that stuff, because next to him you see like a small tent slash bazaar exhibition thing place, kind of like a small merchant's shop, like Middle Eastern style in terms of looks. And seeing that scene, and yeah, his place like close to the road, so you'll be like passing him by. And on that note, I think we're gonna call it for tonight.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Anyway,
Thank you for playing.
Thank you for running.
thank you.
Hope you enjoyed these like
Bye.
small dreams and like
I love PTSD.
mostly personal stuff.
No, genuinely, I do like character development and like dynamic shit. So it's good.
Yes.
Was fun, yeah.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. I
Yep,
will see you next
later.
week.